Ladies and gentlemen, hi. My name's Sean, and I want to be the first to welcome you to Antidote. This is the course that will take you from digital distraction to peak productivity in 30 days. I am so excited that you're here and proud of you for taking the first step towards unlocking the most productive version of yourself. This is the introductory module to this entire course, so this will lay out all of the things that you're going to be learning. This will give you a little bit of background behind me if you don't know me already, and all of the things that we will be going over in this course. I can't wait to get into this. I hope you are as excited as I am about this whole entire thing. Welcome to Antidote. This is a culmination of basically my life's work and the product of working super hard for almost a year on this system and this whole entire course. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking that first step. This is the beginning of a very exciting journey for you. So I won't waste any more of your time. I'll dive right in. Welcome to Antidote, the course that will take you from digital distraction to peak productivity in 30 days. Hi, I'm Sean, and I can't wait to be your guide and your mentor through this whole entire process. This is something that I'm very passionate about, as you'll see in the coming slides. So if you don't know me, my name is Sean, as I've said before, and you may know me from making mindfulness videos on the internet, but my story with digital mindfulness goes much longer than the last 9 months on Instagram or the last 2 years on TikTok. In fact, I've been obsessed with how we interact with our digital devices for literally my whole entire life. This is a picture of me here, where I am sort of being introduced to the internet. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I believe it was some sort of storybook, but basically my parents both work in IT. They still do. And at any given moment, there was 13 working computers around the house. So I was no stranger to a mechanical keyboard and a mouse. My dad started me early. This is his computer that I'm on. And I think from there, it really just sort of set off a domino effect in my life where I became obsessed with the internet. Maybe I didn't know it here in this exact moment, but this would tremendously affect the trajectory of my life moving forward. And that it did. Here's me growing up with a computer. This is probably an experience that many of you may be familiar with as well, sort of having computers and the internet and, eventually phones be ubiquitous throughout your life. I grew up with the internet no farther away from me than like 10 feet. A laptop or a computer was always around my house growing up. The first photo is me here checking my emails, literally, I think, directly out of surgery. Probably wasn't checking emails, probably watching YouTube. The next photo is me receiving my first Mac computer for Christmas. And the next photo there is me on my laptop, probably actually checking emails as I'm visiting home for Christmas. So the internet has always been something that has been there for me and has given me so much opportunity to not only be creative, but share my passions for not only the things that I was into, which at the time and still is a little bit, I was into close-up magic and cardistry and making videos that way and building communities in that community. And then now the digital mindfulness side. In fact, I became so obsessed with the internet and how it affected one's life, specifically mine, that at the end of my high school career, in my senior presentation, I gave a whole hour-long talk on the negative effects of social media. Now, keep in mind, this is nearly 10 years ago. So for over a decade, I've been into this whole idea of how do we specifically fine-tune our lives online so that they work for us and we don't have to be under the thumb of algorithms and of billion-dollar corporations that ultimately don't care about us. Now, I may not have known that back then when I was 17 years old giving this presentation to about 150 people in a black box theater at my high school, but this would be a foundational backbone of where my life would take me as I move forward after high school. In fact, it takes me into a portion of my life that many of you may be following me from. And if not, that's totally okay because we'll talk about it in this upcoming thing. But the main idea here is that for the better part of 10 years, I've been learning how to achieve a harmonious relationship with our phones and between ourselves and technology and the devices that we use every single day. Which leads me to this. This is a screenshot of the moment that I started my TikTok career. So this was the very beginning of 2021. I challenged myself to start a brand new page on the internet on a social media that I hadn't touched yet, which at the time was TikTok. So I challenged myself to start a brand new page and I chose Resolution Reminder, and I didn't have any sort of idea of where it would go. I just knew that I wanted to start over on the internet. I chose the name Resolution Reminder because I wanted my page to be a motivational hub for people to come so that they could always remember that they had a New Year's resolution to capture. So that's why I chose the name Resolution Reminder. I didn't really think that I would ever be in the position that I'm in today. But through this page, I helped myself build the habits and disciplines that I needed in order to survive in the digital landscape and ultimately change my life into a disciplined existence, which is what I hope to impart onto you with this entire course. So this was the beginning of something amazing. If you followed Resolution Reminder, then you know that I posted every single day in 2021 with the goal of helping people reach their most productive selves. I began posting and helping people at scale, growing my account to over 800,000 followers in just under 365 days. I knew that I was onto something, and I knew that I was solving a problem that many people had. And if you're here right now, you probably know that that problem that I'm solving, that I'm trying to solve, that my whole life has been revolving around, is how we interact with our digital devices in a way that's safe, in a way that is ultimately productive for the rest of our lives. So I did this whole thing on TikTok for a year, and I met so many amazing people. I traveled all around the world. I worked with some amazing brands, and I helped as many people as possible through videos that went viral and through just building connection and trust with people who watch me. Maybe you came from TikTok, but if you didn't, there's a higher chance that you came from Instagram. So the same sort of thing happened on Instagram about 10 or 11 months ago. I posted a video and it went crazy viral, and it took my account, which was sitting at 2,000 followers, to over 50,000 overnight. And from there, it just exploded. And I became way more motivated to continue helping people through digital mindfulness reminders. And that would be educating people about the benefits of meditation and all the other things that you can do to sort of free yourself from the shackles of your phone. If you're here, you know that your phone has this vice grip on you. And again, if you're here, you are probably trying to find the next step towards how you can break that and really build the systems in your life that will improve your life for the long run. And I'm here to tell you that you're in the right place. Through 2 years of posting mindfulness content every single day, I came to one earth-shattering realization that maybe you have realized too. It's that we're all addicted, right? This is not a joke. We are all addicted to our phones in some way, shape, or form. The average smartphone owner will click, tap, or swipe on their phone 2,617 times per day. The average time spent on smartphones is 3 hours, and that's on the low end. 69% of smartphone users check their devices within the first 5 minutes of waking up in the morning. And on average, smartphone users unlock their phones 150 times per day. These numbers are all fairly dated at this point. And when I say dated, I mean a few years old. Because the internet and because digital devices and because social media and connectivity moves so fast, these numbers are honestly probably on the low end. We are all addicted, which is why I'm here and hopefully why you're watching this video. It's to unlock digital mindfulness and really discover the most productive version of yourself. And I feel that I've discovered that for myself, and I cannot wait to impart that onto you. For the last 12 months, I've been building this course, Antidote, the one you're watching right now, and distilling all of my knowledge from the past 10 or so years. Things like how to break free from digital distraction, how to achieve peak productivity, all in a practical system that you can use in your life right now. This whole course goes over this system that I'm so excited for you to learn because it is seriously life-changing stuff. It's all easy to understand and to put into practice, and most importantly, to personalize to your own needs. It will help you break free from digital distraction and unlock your highest level of peak productivity. If you felt what it's like to be productive, imagine feeling like that anytime you want and never having to think about your phone in a way that distracts you. I can't wait for you to dive into this. I've had my own struggles with phone addiction and the draw of unhealthy social media use. It's sort of ubiquitous with being a creator, and you know this if you're a creative person. Maybe you make content online, and maybe it's specifically about your life and lifestyle things. If you do this, then you know how hard it is to separate the two. I definitely have experience with that, from growing up on the internet to making content at a young age to posting every single day for over 2 years on multiple different accounts, growing to hundreds of thousands and combined over 1.5 million people. It is so difficult to separate your psyches from your online life and your life in person. The obvious choice and the one that's more important is your in-person life. But from making content every day and from becoming a little bit more mindful about my approach to not only how I make videos, but how I interact with the internet as a whole, I feel like I've unlocked the most productive version of myself. And I know it's possible for you too, because even someone like me did it. These are the exact techniques that I've learned over nearly a decade of research that I use personally to break free from my phone and unlock the most productive version of myself. The system in this course are the reasons that I can have bulletproof routines and systems, high functioning work ethics. With this course being built at the same time that I've been a full-time creator for not only myself, but other brands all around the world, I am a full-time lead creative at a local business here where I live. I'm being a creator every single day, posting quality content that helps hopefully so many people. And I've grown to over 1.5 million followers across many different channels. I've helped other businesses grow many different channels. I'm in a very committed relationship. In fact, I just proposed to my fiance a few weeks ago, and I still have free time to take care of myself and to do the other things that I love. I'm highly proficient in multiple different facets of my life. I have leadership roles in many different areas, not only at work, but at home. And then also I teach martial arts with my mom. I travel all around the world, and I feel like I have this worldly experience and perspective that maybe not a lot of other people have, especially when it comes to the world of digital mindfulness. And I'm not saying this to just show off or brag. What I'm trying to do is paint a picture of what I'm able to do with these systems, strategies, and tactics, and what I ultimately want to impart onto you. I was thinking as I finished this course up, if I had this years ago, I would probably be 5 years ahead of where I am now. Years that I lost to my phone. And maybe you're in that same position. Maybe you feel like you're losing years to your phone. And that is exactly what I want to help you break free. So this is Antidote. I'm so excited that you're here. In this course, you're going to be learning so many things. You'll be learning the HARP system that I've developed from the ground up, guaranteed to help you end digital distraction and unlock peak productivity. You'll learn the big 3, which are the essential habits needed to control your scroll for a lifetime and beyond. You'll learn the superhuman-like techniques used by renowned athletes, musicians, and thinkers alike to do their best work in record time. And you can even learn how to prime yourself for success and make progress nearly inevitable. You'll also learn how to customize these solutions to work for you, tailoring them to your specific needs and lifestyle. If you don't learn this right now, you are falling behind, in my opinion, on the things that you need to change in this exact moment to build the life that you want, and not only the life that you want, but the life that you deserve and that you know that you deserve. All of these systems work towards unlocking that creative potential and, most importantly, the peak version of your productivity. So that's why I'm so excited that you're here, and I cannot wait to start teaching you all of these things, because it is so exciting for me, not only to build and to learn about throughout my whole life, but for me to now hopefully mentor you through over the course of the coming weeks and maybe an entire month if you do one lesson per day. So thank you so much for being here. I can't stress it enough. This is so exciting for me, as I hope it is for you. So are you ready? Thank you so much for listening to this intro. There's a couple other housekeeping things that we'll go over as the course progresses in this introductory module, like how to use the guided journal and how to use some other bonus tools that we're throwing into this course. So this should be an all-encompassing, well-rounded way to break free from digital distraction and unlock peak productivity that you know that you can. So thank you so much again for being here. I'll see you in the next module.